In October 2025, the Department of Homeland Security issued an urgent warning. Mexican criminal organizations are funding a violent campaign against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement agents. Intelligence shows these syndicates are offering cash rewards for attacks on federal officers, a direct, targeted threat. This marks a dangerous escalation, turning ICE agents and their families into targets, and challenging the authority of the U.S. government. The gangs, retaliating against recent crackdowns, are using fear as a weapon, placing bounties to disrupt operations and intimidate law enforcement. The line between domestic gangs and international cartels is blurring, making every day on the job a high-stakes risk for federal agents. The government now faces a critical test: protect its agents and send a clear message that such violence will not be tolerated. The threat is disturbingly organized, a tiered bounty system incentivizing attacks on ICE personnel. For $2,000, gangs pay for doxing agents, exposing their personal information and endangering their families. Physical assaults or kidnappings fetch up to $10,000, turning routine law enforcement into potential ambushes. The most chilling $50,000 bounties for assassinating high-ranking ICE officials, with Chicago gangs specifically solicited for these hits. This corporate-style violence treats agents as obstacles to be eliminated for a price, crowdsourcing danger across communities. The system's reach is wide, making every ICE agent a potential target. No one is truly safe. The existence of this bounty list transforms neighborhoods into hunting grounds, escalating the threat to unprecedented levels. Chicago has become a central battleground, with neighborhoods like Pilsen and Little Village at the heart of anti-ICE activity. Local gangs, backed by cartels, now use urban warfare tactics. Armed spotters on rooftops track law enforcement movements. These spotters use radios for real-time, encrypted communication, enabling ambushes and evasion. The coordination is sophisticated, turning city streets into a front line where every ICE operation is a calculated risk. Local gangs provide manpower and street knowledge. Cartels supply funding and strategic direction. This alliance has transformed parts of Chicago into contested zones, where federal agents face constant, organized threats. This violent escalation is a direct response to Operation Midway Blitz, a sweeping ICE and Border Patrol crackdown launched in Illinois in September 2025. The operation targeted criminal migrants, especially those shielded by sanctuary policies, and was named in honor of Katie Abraham, a local woman killed by an illegal migrant. Over 1,000 arrests in weeks sent shockwaves through criminal networks, disrupting their operations and provoking a fierce backlash. Gangs and cartels saw the crackdown as an attack on their business, responding with bounties and violence. The intensity of their reaction was clear: attempted vehicle attacks on ICE officers and the emergence of the bounty system. Operation Midway Blitz achieved its goals, but also ignited a firestorm of retaliation. The battle lines are now drawn, with law enforcement and criminal organizations locked in a dangerous standoff. In response, the federal government has moved swiftly, arresting Juan Espinoza Martinez, a suspected Latin Kings leader at the center of the Chicago plot. Martinez faces murder-for-hire charges for allegedly offering cash bounties to kill or capture a senior immigration official. The government vows to protect its agents, promising a robust, multi-agency response and enhanced security protocols. DHS, DEA, and FBI are sharing intelligence and increasing protections for agents and their families. The threat remains real, but the arrest of Martinez sends a message: those who target federal officers will be pursued relentlessly. The safety of every agent now depends on staying ahead of criminal networks and making the cost of violence against law enforcement too high to bear. The struggle continues, but the resolve to protect those on the front lines has never been stronger.